In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 productivity hacks that is going to make you quicker as a producer. I'm going to throw in a little bonus as well, because I want you to imagine finishing tracks quicker, less revisions, and ultimately get more time to spend on either developing your music production, like having more fun with it, or getting more chance for outreach, get more projects in, ultimately make more money. That's what I do. My name's George Holiday. I'm helping music producers to create a better income, working with more serious artists, and generally enjoy living the life you want to live a little bit more, but completely off music production. I've turned over multiple 6 figures on my own as a music producer, but also multiple 6 figures with a music agency. So over the years, I've picked up lots of tips. That's what we're going to go through today. So stick around, and by the end of this video, you're going to have a lot more actionable steps that's just going to make your life much easier as a music producer. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it. So, summary of what we're going to cover. We're going to organize your samples and your presets. We're going to create templates for every type of project that you're going to open. We're going to build a quick reference soundboard, get to know your advanced tool options, and then develop efficient mixing and arrangement workflows. And I'm going to throw a little bonus mindset for you at the end there as well. Hack number 1, organizing your presets. Now, this doesn't sound very interesting, but it surprises me how many times I have opened a project and got straight into it because I'm productive and creative in the moment. I've got an idea, I want to get straight to it. I don't want to spend 15 minutes setting up a project and getting my presets and not knowing where anything is. So spend time up front creating a logical folder structure for all your samples, loops, and presets. Let me share my screen, my Finder in particular with you. Let's just have a quick look. So this is an artist I'm working with, Gemma Van Gogh at the moment, Carol Jarvis as well. You can see how many songs we've done together. I have this file structure for everybody. I have it as a preset here at the top of, oh no, not that one, this file structure here. And then that gets me straight through to here. Now I copy and paste it, rename it. Breathe is the name of this song, and within here I have everything I need for particular projects. Like I've got my mix folders, my stems, my masters, project files. Whether I'm working in Ableton or Logic, I just have it all here ready to go, so I know where I can find anything in the future. Now, this might seem excessive. Some of these folders I'm not going to use, but at least I know where it's going to be each time. I know where general assets are going to be. If I've got any video content, sometimes I might even be given some stems. Like, okay, so here I've got some stems. She sent me a video of her singing a song, and I used that to kind of start my production. So I have all of those. Sometimes those sections can be absolutely stacked. Let's just see if I've got something else here that will show you what's going to be more interesting. Well, let's see Shift. This is a brand I'm working with at the minute. I've got images from them. I've got videos from them. I've got GIFs from them if I want any of that stuff. What have I got in here? Stems. Those are some like field recordings I've taken. Logic project is here ready to go. You know, I have everything in its place. I know where it is every single time, even agreements and contracts for each individual project. So I think that's a big one. Organizing your files, organizing your presets, ready to go, and labeling files by each stage of your process can also, so you can grab things very quickly. And by that, I mean, you know, you might have a production folder, then a mixes folder, then a masters folder. Like, you can organize it however you want for each stage, but you want to be able to reach things and grab things really quickly. So don't underestimate how organizing files can be. Sometimes I see some terrible organization in not in yours, but in file structures with producers that I'm working with. Use your DAW's browser or a third party to make searching instant as well. This is a good little extra one actually in terms of presets. Let's just go quickly to my Logic session. So when you're searching for something in Logic now, you can actually search for, I don't know, compressors or limiters, or even if you are, let's see, if you are using, let's create a new one. So even if you're searching for like MIDI, look, you can search for certain plugins like Trillion, or if I want Keyscape, I can just hit enter and go pretty quick. So don't underestimate how, it's not even a word, don't underestimate how quick that can be to get really familiar with those kind of tools as well. If you don't get familiar with those tools, You're just going to be doing everything the slightly longer way, and those minutes like add up. I held off from doing those things for years. Ableton has a really good browse system as well. You can search for like specific samples as well, so get familiar with all of those hacks. You can also use third-party tools as well. I don't know if any of you have seen those pitch decks. No, not pitch decks. Stream decks, where you can just like click a button and it uploads like a compressor you use all the time. I think those kind of little gadgets can sometimes be a gimmick, but in terms of speed, if you're doing a lot of productions, that's a really good one. So Stream Deck, I should add that in there. Pro tip, delete duplicates and irrelevant sounds. Clutter kills creativity. I used to be terrible for this. If I had like multiple different sessions going on at once, let's see if I can share here again. If I had multiple sessions going on at once, I was terrible, and I mean terrible, at deleting duplicate projects. So, okay, Shift's probably a bad one. What am I working on today? Herbal essences. This one will do. So this is for an ad campaign we're working on at the moment. Look how many different versions I have of each type of ad. So all these Argon ones, I save as 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So every time I open a new project, I have a place to refer back to, because you can see this project started in November last year. So if I want to go back to that session, I can see exactly how I finished that session. So don't underestimate doing those things. And also, I'm going to throw in another little tip here and make sure I'm showing the right screen. So in Logic, when you hit, if you're on Mac, Shift Command S, put it as a folder, not a package. So when I'm saving those new versions, like here of Argon, when I'm okay, this is the wrong place. Projects, Logic, I know exactly where I'm going because we did the file structure. Every time I'm saving a new version, you can see the file sizes are different each time. Now, it's because I'm adding quite a lot each time. I have like new videos from the production team to add in each time. So sometimes like the first one will be 500 megabytes. And then the next two are like 20 megabytes because I've only added a couple of plugins or a couple of bits of software, for example. I'm not adding in lots of audio. So if you do package each time, it's going to resave it as it like everything in that one thing, and your file sizes stack up pretty quick. So just a quick little tip there. If you're using Logic, click folder when you save it, because if you're only making little tweaks each time, it's just going to save you a whole load of memory when you are saving each version. Okay, so back to presets. Hack number 2, create templates for every type of project. Now, this is a massively underestimated little hack as well, because if I've got a particular type of project I'm starting, one, I have a template that's just my standard. I could open it and start any project. But if I'm doing something for an advert, I have presets where I have my video all there ready to go. I might have like orchestral packages ready to go. I might have a pop track template as well. They can be whatever you use more regularly. I'd suggest actually making more templates rather than just one is a better way to approach it as well. So start every track with a template, including your most used instruments, buses, and effects chains. Let's just have a quick glance at my most used one, which I've actually just loaded up here. You can see it's named Empty Start Verbs and Delay Sends. I actually created this initially in September 2023, it's telling me, which is pretty epic. And it just opens like this. Pretty simple, pretty basic. I have my color codes ready to go as well, which we'll get into in a short while. But you can see I've got all my sends there ready to go, drums, effects, basses. I can just open this and go, and I'm ready for it. Even on my master channel, like you can see I've got my usual. I don't use all of these in my master chain, but I can just turn the ones that I want on and they're just ready to go. So that is a biggie. Let's get this back so you can see. Right, next one. Templates reduced decision fatigue. You don't have to start from scratch each time. Decision fatigue is a phrase that I've used quite a lot recently. And the more decisions you have to make before you can start getting creative, I see like decisions is increasing the more decisions you make. And in the meantime, your creativity is on the decline because the moment when you just want to get an idea down, Like if you're 15 minutes, like we said earlier, setting up a project, it just totally kills the vibe. I don't know if you guys have ever been there before, but it's a horrible feeling. Include your routing, reverb sends, side chains, basic mixes, setups, everything you're going to do later on. Get it all ready, as we've just seen. This alone can honestly save you 30 to 60 minutes per track. Now imagine if you're working on 2 tracks a day and you're saving 60 minutes just setting things up, like actually getting into the workflow of how you like your project to look and how you like them to be. That's like, if you're doing 5 days a week, that's like 10 hours a week. Imagine you could probably get 2 more tracks going in that time, especially if you're getting paid by artists to do work. You're also throwing cash down the drain there as well. Little bonus, use your DAW's browser or third-party tool to make searching instant. We've already talked about that one, George. Why are you telling us again? Probably because it's a really important and good one. Hack 3, build a quick reference soundboard. Now, this can be 2 things. This can be taking time to, go onto Spotify or Apple Music and make a little playlist of tracks. So when you're trying to get the bass sound right and you're using other references, you can just quickly refer back and forth. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is keeping a folder of your favorite sounds or go-to samples. Now, this is because when you're inspired or you want to be inspired, instant inspiration without searching is a really good way to be more productive. If you've got bass sounds you use quite a lot, save them. Create yourself a preset within that plugin. And you can do that really quick. Let me show you again. You can do that so easily let's just create a contact, that'll do. And let's open this. Let's just say, oh yeah, I really like this particular preset. Click on this bit at the top, save as, and then you can see these are all the drums and presets that I have here as well. But you can create some presets for whatever plugins you want. Just create a folder of different ones, and then you just have something to go back to each time. There's other ways you can do it. Other ways is you can star them. The only reason I don't do this is because when you've got like loads of contact stuff, then it stars them all in the same place. You can kind of like select each one and then see the stars. For me, it clutters my brain a little bit that way, but each plugin will have its own version that you'll be able to highlight and keep your favorites to one side. So utilize those tools is what I'm trying to say. If you utilize those tools, you're going to be forever speeding up your work process and your flow. And also, you don't need to use like a different bass sound on every single song. It's okay to start getting sounds that you're familiar with and you enjoy, and you just, if there's a bass sound that makes you feel a certain way and you just feel inspired every single time, have it ready to go. I guess that's also when you saw my preset that I pulled up on screen initially. That's kind of what I'm doing when I'm referencing. Like here you can see I've got my favorites just like ready to go, and I highly recommend you building the same thing. Build the same thing for yourself. Okay, include your personal go-to kicks, snares, hats, synths. Just said that. I'm getting ahead of myself. When creativity hits, this ensures you don't waste time hunting for the right sound. All right, hack number 4, develop efficient mixing and arrangement workflow. Use bus routing, group channels for drums, vocals, instruments, etc. I'm probably going to get ahead of myself again, but I do really enjoy all of this. Now, if you've got 3 things, let's say these are all guitars, guitar 2, and then guitar 3 at the bottom here. This is the color that I would have for those. Now, if you're in Logic, and there is similar key codes in Ableton as well, and I'm sure in Pro Tools, if you hit Shift, Command, and D, now you get options to put these into folders. I always use summing stacks generally, and you can see that's bunched them into one folder down here. Now, I can name that group and then guitars. What that allows me to do is, like, when I'm mixing stems later on and I just want to export and bounce down all of my guitars as one group, which I often do, particularly in advertising or mainly with artists actually. At the end of a project, I'll always give just the guitars and then all the drums and then all the bass. I do that as a standard. So if I'm just as I go, like now I'm just want to create another guitar track, I can just hit Command D, there we go, and it's all within the same folder. Now that means that later on down the line, I can just hit Command E, export that folder and I'm ready to go. And I'm kind of like future proofing for myself. I can also solo it, Command B to bounce it, and I'm just bouncing out those guitars. Like it's creating the future you hacks or speed up the future you processes that you know you're going to do anyway. You notice that like by default, I didn't even think about it really, but I selected and color coded the guitars as well. I'd do the same if I had like keys, duplicate those. Let's quickly put those into a summing folder, group, keys. And as I'm going, like that doesn't take me any time at all. It gives my brain just a moment to process what I'm about to do. But then I've just got a place to record my piano and keys into as well. So hopefully you're getting the idea here where all these little hacks become almost like second nature after a while. So label tracks, color code, clarity saves mental energy. Try rough mixes first. Focus on the balance, not on the perfection. I actually think like 80 to 90% of mixes is about the balance rather than like going in and adding loads of compressors and effects and EQing like crazy. Like balance is the main thing for a lot of mixing. So just keep tickling it as you go through. Use markers for arrangements as well. Intros, drop bridges. This is something I used to get a lot of pushback when I'm working with other producers. They'd be like, oh, but it breaks my flow if I'm like producing a track and then you're telling me to like put markers in place. But the future you, and the reason I disagree with that actually very quickly is because all this stuff can be second nature so quickly. So if I press Option and then comma, is it comma? The one that's apostrophe? Anyway, if I press that, it creates a marker for me and I can just name that intro. And then I can be here, Bosch, verse. Like this can be so quick for you to do. Chorus. Once you know the shortcuts, that took me no time at all, but it means every time I just want to go back to like the verse, I just know it's here. Every time I want to go to the chorus, I can just bop to here. If I'm like scrolling through and suddenly I see like middle 8 here, I just know where I'm going to straight away, which marker, both play, I'm away. I know it takes an extra second to get out of it, but it just becomes second nature after a while. So definitely work hard towards that. What have we got next? Hack number 5. Plan your session before you start. Sounds like an obvious one, but when you're just excited to get into something, I think it's so easy to forget the very basics of just prep and plan. Have you opened the right template? Have you just taken a moment? I know you're excited, you're ready to go, but like, is the future you going to hate yourself because you haven't done the file structures and you haven't done your basic things that will become second nature? But have you just dedicated the time to get used to those things? So set clear goals. What do you want done in this session? Today, for example, I was on purely mixing. I wasn't worrying about mastering. I wanted to get the mixing done. Happy days. I got that done. And that gives me a lot of clarity. If I've got time to do mastering, then I might want to jump into some mastering. I might want to rest my ears and do that tomorrow. So I actually plan and block out all of my to-dos that I want to get done in that day. And I always overestimate how long it's going to take to do those things as well. Break your session into blocks. Sound selection, arrangement, mixing, reviews. I get crazy with the stuff in my calendar and I intentionally set it all out. So I've got like maybe 2 hours worth of sound selection, or maybe I'm just going to put 2 hours of arrangement in, and then tomorrow I'm going to put 2 hours in for mixing. I really break it down so that I have an intentional amount of time on those things. And it gives me a bit of clarity. It also gives me a nice little deadline. If I've got like half an hour to go and I've got a lot to do, like that could be stressful. But for me personally, ADHD brain, it gives me half an hour of like, I know I need to knuckle down to keep up with my deadlines today. And I find that particularly helpful. Use timers. Timers is a good one. I use my calendar so I can just see that I've only got half an hour left, but you could use a timer on your phone that just gives you like 2 hours of solid time. Stick focus mode on, hit it really hard. Or you could use door markers as well to do the same thing, stay on track. Planning turns aimless tweaking into productive sessions. I'll say it again, like when you've got half an hour left to go, you don't start thinking about the little tweaks, unless you're at that stage in a song. But you start thinking, if I've only got half an hour left before I'm doing my next thing or going somewhere or ending my day, I need to get these these big tasks done. I need to get this bass line sorted. I need to get these drums tidied up. Then at least you end the day satisfied as well. Otherwise, we all know there's 1,000 things to do on every single song. You just feel like you end the day without feeling that moment of satisfaction. Like, okay, I wanted to get the drums done today. I've got those drums done. I'm done. So that's the 5 hacks. I did promise you I was going to do a bonus hack as well. So this is a mindset tip. Don't aim for perfection in the first pass. Focus on completing a full track. I made a switch to this because I realized I was like working through so many little small details. At the end of the day, I'd get to the end of the verse. I wouldn't even hit the chorus and I'd be like, oh, I feel so unsatisfied. And then I was like pulling my hair out. But if I just aim to focus on like, I don't know, getting drums and rough sections through the whole song, add a bit of bass, add a bit of keys, at least I will wake up tomorrow with a rough structure there. And then I can start padding it out and just enjoy that process of like exploring new sounds to like pad that out. And it felt a lot better because if I was doing it just like a section at a time, I realized I was almost like mixing those sections at the same time. And I wanted all the effects to be like absolutely perfect as well. But by separating it into like, okay, I want to get a structure down today. And then tomorrow I'm going to get like the bass sounds like nailed. You just start to process things a little bit better. Now, if I'm honest, I'm speedy enough that with all these hacks that we've talked about, I'll get like 2 songs like most of the way there, including sounds that I'm really excited by as well. And the mix is kind of already there because I've already got my template in place where I have my buses ready to go. So my usual like reverbs and delays are just there just to switch on and ready to go. So these workflows get me to a point where I can like complete 2 songs a day. And if I'm charging like 2,500 per song and I can get 80% of the way there for most of the like heavy work ideas in a day, like you can see that's like a $4,000 day. If I've got like 500 quid left worth of tweaking and like notes and various bits and bobs. So it starts to get profits up pretty quick. So efficiency and consistency equals faster growth, more important and more output, and more income. Okay, things to action then today. Try implementing even just one of these workflow hacks today. You'll be amazed at how much time you save. I'd love for you to comment below which hack you felt like resonated with you the most. I genuinely on this channel want to learn more about you guys and learn more about the things I can do more videos in more depth. I've thrown a lot at you there today. So if you can just let me know which one of these resonated the most and then everyone says the same thing, it helps me improve these videos and get straight to the point for you. If you want my full productivity system for producers, I'm also launching a course in September and a community with that as well, which will be hosted on School. So you guys can all interact with each other. We will be doing weekly feedback sessions so we can actually like see your projects and hear your songs, hear your tracks, give some feedback. Also Q&As. Sales Q&As each week as well, so helping you actually make more sales and help you with your structure. I had a great call yesterday with a producer in India, and we went through in that call, well, he booked a call to start with, which you can do in the link down below, and then we went through that whole process for an hour, going through his journey, where he's at now, where he wants to be. He shared with me everything he's currently doing, everything he's not currently doing. And then we built him like a 3-step plan that gets him to his goal, which I genuinely think is going to double his income in the next 12 months. I think if he really knuckles down, he'll double his income in the next 3 to 6 months. But that was the goal that we set. So yeah, you also get templates, cheat sheets, soundboards as well. You'll get all of that as part of the community. So check it out. Book a call. Let's have a chat for an hour. See if it suits you. If you want that help and you want to be increasing your income and how efficient you are, and also just working with more serious artists, then check the link out below. We can have a chat. It's totally free. There's no sale at the end of it. If you don't want to join the community, that's fine. You'll walk away with the journey and the time plan. So let's just recap. Finish this video off as we promised. So hack number 1 was organize your presets. Get all of that. Get that file structure sorted. Get all of your presets so you can just open your project and you're ready to go. Create templates for every type of project. Actually, that's the one. open your project, and you're ready to go when you're feeling inspired. Build a quick reference soundboard. Now this, I think, means two things. One is like, what tracks are you referencing? How do you know that the sounds that you're choosing is going to create the type of track that you want to create? So references, I always just create a playlist in Spotify of like 4 to 5 songs. More importantly, I get the artists to do that and really teach them how to listen to snare sounds. Because sometimes artists will just give you like a whole bunch of songs. They're totally different. They don't know why they like each of the songs. So I intentionally go through a process of training artists to know how to listen to music to help a producer, if that makes sense. So they'll be picking out certain elements. They'll know like tempos, vibes. They'll know that the bass in this song is what they want and the guitar in that song is what they want. You know, they can really deconstruct. So build the soundboard of reference tracks, and then build a soundboard of just samples or sounds that you particularly like. So you just have things to reach for really, really quickly, even if you intend to change those later on. Hack number 4, develop efficient mixing and arrangement workflow. This kind of ties to hack 2 as well. As you go, if there's something you're doing the same every single time, like maybe you use the same mastering chain on your stereo bus, maybe you use the same reverbs all the time. So create a bus to that reverb and then include that into your templates, so that when you get to mixing, you know, you can just start turning the things on that you just use all the time and like dialing in how much reverb you want. And it is the reverb you want each time. I have like 5 different reverbs for different things, like rooms, halls, plates, sometimes like, what do you call it? Convolution reverbs. I promise I do pay for my bills. Convolution reverbs. In particular, I have like actual studio rooms that I really like, so I can add that to a vocal really quickly. So create that mixing workflow, and then plan your session from start to finish. Before you start, like work out where you're likely to go, what kind of template is going to best suit this project. You might have someone else that's mixing and mastering a track. So like at the beginning, have you worked out what that workflow is going to look like so you can just use all those shortcuts super, super quick? A bonus, I mean, we went through the bonus mindset tip, and it's just reminded me there is one thing I want to give you as well, and this is for the Logic Pro users out there. Start using different tools, like your advanced, get used to your advanced tools. Let's just record a very quick piece of audio right here, right now. And then I'm going to share with you, like if you don't have your advanced marquee tools set, this is going to be a really, really good little hack. And it took me a little while to get used to this. But can you see where I'm moving my mouse from the top to the bottom here? If I'm at the bottom, I can select a piece of audio. I can click at the top of it and just drag it straight away. I could also just cut it with a shortcut, literally just Command X as you would normally would. Or I could Command C to copy it, and I can just paste that little section. I can also click on the bottom half to like select a certain area. So when I hit play, it's going to jump straight to that area and only play that section, which I find super useful. Or if I'm like editing something, I want it to start from that point every time I hit play, you can do. And then also, and you might already have this turned on by default, but you can just create your fade straight away. So if I have a vocal in here and I just want to cut out that piece of vocal, I can use this marquee tool, select it on the bottom half, cut it out, delete these final bits on the edges, and then just add a quick little fade just so that I know it's not going to clip. And I'm like, good to go. Also, you can just double click on the bottom as well, and it will just cut it for you if you want it to cut. So where to find this tool in particular, when you go into your general settings, in the editing section, is this marquee tool here. If I turn this off, you'll see that I can no longer do any of those things. All I can do is just click and drag this thing around, which I believe is the default. So settings, settings, general, then editing, marquee tool. And then the fade one is this fade click tool here as well. Now, I just find it so quick and easy. If I'm just wanting to cut a certain section or just like delete something, let's just trim that. There we go. and then just add a little quick fade on the front and the back. It's perfect. You can also do a setting that automatically adds the fades every time you cut something, but I found that there was quite a few instances that was annoying. So that's a really good one. And then the other thing is, you'll notice whatever channel I record in is going to record in the color of that channel. So you noticed earlier when I was like creating new tracks, if I was selecting and then changing these to like synths, let's say, command this, so you can see the actual channel here has changed color. Now whenever I record in this channel, it will automatically be that color. So if I have presets for certain instruments, I'm getting the benefit of that color coding straight away. Now to have that setting so you don't have to change all the colors afterwards, which I found incredibly annoying, it was in view, tracks, region color rather than individual. So set the region as the track color. That means that whatever color you've set your track to, guitar case it's already blue, whatever it records, like this region, is just going to record in that color. So I hope those are some fun little additional bonuses that I wasn't planning on giving you today, but those do help me a lot. So a good little logic hack there if you use Logic. That is it. That is everything for this video. We covered a lot there. So you may want to go over this again. You may have got everything that you needed. You might have some more additional ones you want to throw in the comments that's going to help other people. And if there's another of them, then I will add them into a video and give you a personal thank you. This is a long video, I appreciate. So thank you for watching. Do click that link if you are interested down below, and see you on the next one.